Hello, hello, hello. Today we'll be going over what ships are worth getting in the 15.0 patch. There was a lot that were added this patch. For example, we have the new European battleships tree that was added, as well as the ship rotation that happened in the Armory. We're also able to get the new Commonwealth Commander, which is going to be super cool for its unique skills, as well as much more. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Battle Pass. As you can see here, it comes with the European battleships. So in the free tree here, you get the tier 5, and as you're going down, you get the honor and integrity and virtue containers. Now, these honor, integrity, virtue containers is how you get the Commonwealth Commander, and I'll be showing that in a moment after I'm done looking through this. In the page section, you get the Ellie, which I think is a good ship. So that's in the paid one, as well as the tier 7 in the tech tree. So I think that with the rewards, the Ellie, and the fact you get the tier 7 as well, is definitely worth getting the Battle Pass that's cost 2,500 doubloons. So I think the Battle Pass is worth getting this time around. If it was 3,500, maybe a little bit iffy, but the rewards themselves, the tier 6, and the fact you get the tier 7, which makes it when it's time to go and grind down the tree, it makes it easier for you to just skip over and go to the tier 8, 9, 10, where I think that the tier 8 and 9 and 10 are the best out of the new European battleship tree. Now let's take a look at the European battleship in the Armory. So here in the Armory, it's right here. Yeah, you just go to the featured, or you can click on this little right here. Right here, as you can see, you have a doubloon bundles. You have the European credits here for the Thor at the end. You have underwater explosions, a normal commander, camouflages, credits, a special little thing here you can get free for each day. And then if you want to spend 150 doubloons for little rewards, you can also do that as well. Overall, I don't think it's worth spending money to get the Thor. 20,000 doubloons is a lot, and you'll have to spend doubloons to get these European tokens. Now, of course, you are able to get tokens for free, but to get enough to go all the way down to the Thor, you're gonna have to spend money. Like, you're gonna have to spend money in here to get these European tokens to be able to do that. So I would say just grind the missions for free to get the tokens and just go as far as you can with that, so that whenever it's time to actually grind the line, you're already at a head start, which allows you to get it done faster. So that'll just be my recommendation for the Thor, the European battleship part of this armory. But the Thor itself is a lot of fun to play, very maneuverable, good torps. Guns can be a little bit trolly at times. Radar is really good as well, and great anti-air as well. So I definitely think the ship is worth getting. Good for PvP. PvE a little bit less. It's because the secondaries, it's not really worth building into. But for PvP, I think it's going to be really good. Clan battles, I don't think it's going to really see a place there. But for randoms, potentially for ranked, it could do really well there as well. So that'd be my take on the European battleships. Next thing we're going to cover is the Lunar trials and the honor, integrity, and virtue containers. And that's how you're able to get the John Collins unique commander. Now, this commander is the new Commonwealth commander. That is, of course, a unique one, where he's able to do a few special things with his skills. Now, I need to figure out where he is, so he's right here. All right, so let's take a look at his specials, his enhanced skills. Right here we have, for submarines, nothing. Destroyers, it has enhanced adrenaline rush, so it goes from 0.20% to 2.25. It does that the same thing for the cruisers, same thing for the battleships, and for anti-aircraft carriers, it makes it where they take a little bit less damage when you have this skill active. And it's only when you have these skills selected when it's actually active, by the way. It's not just active all the time. Now, up here, he gets 2 special talents. Now, with these right here, you have Rise and Fight Again. So it's essentially like the Kuznetsov one, where when you reach a certain threshold for health, you get HP back. So it activates once per battle. If your HP falls below 10%, you get plus 2% HP per second, which is active for 5 seconds. So you essentially get back 10% of your health. This is going to be really good on destroyers that don't have any heals, on battleships. Cruisers that are blockable like Brisbane, it's not going to be as good since you're just going to get deleted if you're that low. But for destroyers and battleships, this is going to be fantastic. For Tria, Junta, and Yuno, this makes it where it activates each time you deal 60,000 damage, and it activates up to 3 times. This makes it where you get plus 2% to speed and plus 5% action time for your consumables, and that counts for all of your consumables, by the way, not just the ones that are showing. It's all of them. So smokes, radar, hydro, submarine surveillance, any of that stuff is all affected by it. So you can get a maximum of 15% longer action time for your consumables, which is massive. And you can also make it where you get a plus 6% ship speed, which it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you combine it with where you build into your speed, like for Brisbane, I kind of do that where I have the 8% here. You add up those percentages and it makes your ship a lot faster. So I definitely think that John Collins is definitely worth it if you like the Commonwealth. If you like the Commonwealth tree or you're trying to get a special commander for them, I think it's definitely worth it. So let's talk about how to get this commander. All right, so as you saw earlier, you're able to get it from the Honor, Integrity, Virtue containers. Now, you're going to need a total of 60 containers. You're able to get 10 here for free using Commander XP, and you're able to get 10 here for the Research Bureau points. So that's 20. In the Event Pass, you're able to get a total of 18. You're able to get 8 here, and you're able to get 10 here. So that's a total of 38. So you're still missing 22. So where do you get the other 22? Well, I'll show you. You get the other 22 from the new Lunar Trials, and which is right here. So this event is now live, where each week there is a different leaderboard that you will go in and compete to get rewards, right? So since I haven't done a battle yet, I'm not in here yet, so I can't look at it. But I, of course, can still look at the event itself. So we'll take a look here real quick at the Lunar Trials, and we'll click on right here. So as you can see right here, it talks about the leaderboard. So during the update 15.0, 4 independent leaderboards will be available, one for each week. Each has its own rules for metrics used, available battle types, and ship restrictions. Instead of one leaderboard for all participants, there are multiple smaller ones, each with either 25 or 50 players, and you'll compete only against players in your group, matched based on similar gameplay activity over the previous 30 days. It pretty much means that if you play a lot of World of Warships, you're going to be put with a person that plays a lot of World of Warships. If someone doesn't play as much, you're going to be placed with someone that doesn't play with somebody as much, right? So it balances out someone that plays a lot or doesn't play a lot. I don't know if it goes off of like how good you are. It may be off of that as well. If someone in the comments want to put that information in, they can. But as far as it says here, it's based on similar gameplay activity. So that could be off of how good you play as well. But I'm just going off of like activity as in how much you play. And these are the rewards for each of the leaderboards, right? So this is it right here. So for week 1, for the first week, 1,000 lunar tokens, 12 honor, integrity, virtue containers, and lunar warrior permanent camouflages. As you can see here, you have 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th through 10th, 11th through 20th, 25th, 26th through 39, and then 40 through 50. So no matter what, you are going to get a container. So even if you don't place top or wherever you place, you still get a container no matter what, which is really nice. And you also get these lunar tokens, which are going to be able to be used right here. So in February, the Lunar New Year event starts, and you're able to use those lunar tokens to get special camouflages for the Janan, the Essex, Schlieffen, Vallejo, and the Holland. And these camos do look really good, and I definitely think it's worth grinding for those because those camos do look amazing. And each of these leaderboards, it says right here what ships are eligible. So for the first week, it's tier 1 through 10 super ships. Week 2 is tier 1s through 9. Week 3 is 1 through 8. And then the 4th one is 1 through 10. It says randoms and ranked, all modes except clans and training, all except clan battles and training. and then all except clan battles and training battles, right? And all of them are the same. They're all the same, the rewards. So I think this is really cool, and I'm glad that they made it where it goes off of your activity, because if it didn't, it would be pretty unfair to someone that gets placed against someone that's like plays all the time to someone that doesn't really play that much. It would definitely be really unfair. And as you can see right here in the Lunar New Year, you're able to claim your reward for the Lunar New Year. Consider this a way like the new like the Santa event. They're trying to make it like from Christmas with the Lunar New Year. So I think it's really cool that they're integrating a new kind of like a Santa event, but for the Lunar New Year. I think it's really cool of them to do that, and I'm really excited to how they do that this year. There's going to be a lot of hype around this event this year. They're putting a lot more effort to it. A new a new port just for the event, as well as they're going to have a new system where you pick a faction and you're able to earn rewards in that particular faction to earn ships. And these ships have special camos on them. There's some ships that are, and these are new ships that are clones of ships already in the game. And one of those clones is a steel ship, and there's tons of other ones in there as well. So looking really forward to that Lunar Trials when it comes out. So if you're not able to earn enough of the containers yourself from the leaderboard or from everything else, you are able to spend doubloons to get the commander, as you can see here. So if you want to spend, like at the very end, before these containers are gone, you're able to buy the containers to be able to get the get the commander. And that's something I would definitely recommend. I think the commander's really good, and I think it's worth getting if you enjoy playing the Commonwealth. If you don't really enjoy playing the Commonwealth, then yeah, like it's not really a priority, so I don't think it's really worth it. But I would say do the leaderboarding, try to get them there, get the containers from the battle pass, and then get it using the commander XP and from the research bureau, and you're going to be able to save a lot of money from not buying it fully. That would definitely help you in the end. Okay, so going off of there, we also have the Distinguished Service Awards. So you get a special little class for your ship whenever you do Distinguished Rewards. This is really nice as well. The fighter update is here as well. So fighters no longer spot, which is massive, by the way. So no more spotting from fighters. It makes it where they can attack several enemy airstrikes in succession, but no more than 5. So it does 5 maximum. And then fighters will engage airstrikes much faster than before, almost immediately once they enter the patrol area. And this also includes for the Dutch airstrikes, the ASW. So for a CV player, you get to use your fighters to actually do, fighting against aircraft. So very cool. One fighter attack won't be enough to complete an airstrike. However, it can deal significant damage, making it easier for ship-based anti-air to finish off the threat. Now, this also makes it where there are no longer fighters. Sorry, the fighters will not be spotting on any of the ships. So ships that have like the Napoli gimmick will have a spotter instead. So you can have it where you can have a fighter or you can have a spotter. So you can pick one or the other. So you can still do the Napoli gimmick that if people are worried about. You can still do that. They've also improved the campaign improvements. So they went in and messed with these campaigns here. So they made some of the missions that were really hard a lot easier to do. Increase what modes are available in, which I will say that they definitely needed to do that a while ago. And then a lot of the missions are just really, really, and nowadays are just almost impossible to do. So I'm glad that they went in and actually fixed that. The salvage event for the Surkoff will be starting on February 4th. So whenever that event's getting closer, I of course will have a video talking about the Surkoff and the other ships that are in there. So I'll be talking about all these ships whenever that gets closer and the NDA is off of those ships. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is returning as well with their signature camouflages from the different ships, as well as the commanders as well. Commander Captain Mart is also here as well. So that's super cool. Dockyard's going to be finishing on February 11th, so you got plenty of time. And they also did unique upgrade balance changes to the Kremlin, Colombo, Hindenburg Republic, Golden Lu, big rip by the way, Petro, Daring, Haragumo, Grozavoy, C2, Elbing, and YY. And I will be covering a video with this with SAT score, going over what unique upgrades are worth in a tier list again, like I did in the previous year. I'll be doing this over again with the new upgrades because I wanted to make sure that they weren't changed from what they said. So I kind of waited until last minute to make sure that. So I'll have that video coming out sometime in January. So you guys can look forward to that one. Okay, one of the last things to cover today is that they did a ship rotation. Also noting in this ship rotation, the Nottingham will be included in the rotation and will remain available on the permanent basis for doubloons. I think the Nottingham is a good ship. If you're looking for a tier 8 cruiser, it's fun to play, but there are other better ones. But I'm going to show the whole list, and I'll just briefly go over which ones are, I think, good and which ones aren't. And I'm not going to go into like super detail because there is a lot of them. So I'm going to cover this really quick. Chakalov, I think it's really good. One of the best tier 8 CVs. Bayard, one of the best tier 8 cruisers. Congress, it's good, but not OP. Has good radar, pretty good. I think it's great, but I prefer playing Bayard, but I think Congress is still a good option as well. Roma, no, not in today's meta. Beraldino, very good with this 12-kilometer radar. Bow when sitting at islands. You can do really well there. And Independence. Oh, sorry, Indianapolis. It's okay. It's okay. It also has radar too, so I think it does pretty good. Yeah, it's good. Rochester. If you like a smoke, like Balti, sure. Dalian, it's like a mini Smolensk. Some people like it, some people hate it. I think it's good, but that comes down to personal preference. Molotov, I think it's good. Yagi, no. Collingwood, no. Perth, yes. Strasbourg, no. DeGrasse, yes, pretty good. Ashitaka, very underrated tier 7 sniper. One of the most accurate, I think it is the most accurate tier 7 battleship. Very accurate, really good. Siliwangi, good. Provorny and Eskimo. I wasn't in the program at the time when these ships were released, and I'm not too interested in tier 8 destroyers. So if somebody wants to write in the comments if these two are good, I believe the Eskimo's good, but the Provorny, I don't think it's as good. So I think the Eskimo's good. The Provorny, I don't think as much from what I was hearing. So there's that. But anyway, that's the ships that rotated in that you're able to get in the armory. But yep, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys all for watching. If you guys have any questions or concerns, definitely in the comments down below. I'm really excited for the Lunar New Year with how much they're amping it up compared to previous years. I do like how much energy they're putting into it, having the different factions, as well as I'm very excited for all the new ships that have come in for this patch, the European battleships, the new Commonwealth commanders, the leaderboarding that you can do, as well as all the other rewards you can get from playing. But thank you all for watching today's video, and see you guys in the next one. Deuces!